the Wiim Amp Ultra. If you guys want to see what this is all about, you can make yourself that cup of coffee, come back and watch this video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and if you have tuned in, you are here for the Wiim Amp Ultra. This will be the testing and review of this unit. The previous video was the unboxing and overview. If you've not watched that, it's up here. Go and have a look. Just gives you a bit more detail of unboxing and what's in this unit. In this video, we're gonna chat more about how this unit performs. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a video between all of these streamers. This is the A6. This is just the streamer from Eversolo. That is the Play underneath it. Then I have the Wiim Amp Ultra. These two are direct competition. So good to sort of compare the two side by side. But I'll do a video where we're going to be shooting out all of these for you guys. Okay, there you can see I switched both of them on now so you can see what it looks like. As you can see, the screen is much smaller on the Wiim. It's much bigger on the Eversolo. This is a much nicer screen that they have on here. But stay tuned for the demo so I can properly show you. You can put the Wiim in the rest mode like it is now, or you can do the screens. Well, that's a rest mode, and then the screens you can decide. You can also decide what standby screen do you want. There you go. As you can see, very responsive. I do actually quite like that one. So yeah, pick your poison, which one you like. And then from there, you can go out and you can do the play screen. So the play screen, you can do the one like that, or you can do, there we go. You can go like that. You can change it up a bit. But the album art is always a bit small. It's never nice and big. It's never nice and big like on the Eversolo. The Eversolo screen is just a little bit bigger when it comes to album art. There you go. As you can see, the Eversolo, it fills the entire screen and you've got a lot of different options. I will go through the Eversolo Play on its own. This video is more about the Wiim, and I'll just reference little similarities and what they do different as we go. Okay, so we touched on the screens. You can also do the VU meters. As you guys can see, different VU meters that you can do. Gives it an old retro feel. That's more disappears. This gives you the old type of feel of it. You can do blue, you can do that. So you can do VU meters. I actually like the VU meters because the album art is a bit small to see, but the screen is still good. It's quick and it's responsive and all of that. Just not as good as on the Eversolo. So there I give the nod to the Eversolo. What else can you do on here? I'll put a little video in here of how easy this is to set up. It guides you from the beginning to the end. It really is a plug and play item. You don't need to be too tech savvy. And this is sort of where the Wiim aims. It aims at the user which is new to the game, and it does touch on the audiophile base as well. It does get into that realm where you can buy this and be happy for a very long time. I tested this just with music on my two Morne and Logan speakers. Then I added the sub, and then I HDMI'd this to the TV, and for about 2 weeks I tested it exactly like that all the time, not using any of my other gear. So we'll get to that more to the end of how that sounded with a little demo. Remote control, you pair it. It is, where's the remote? There's the Wiim's remote, and there is the Apple remote. You can see they are very much the same. Wiim is slightly bigger, but it's still got that metal and the charge show. I actually think they use the same remote company. I don't know, but they are very much the same. Let's put them down for now. Okay, so the remote you pair in here with the app again, it guides you through it, very easy to do. You can rename your device for the room you're going to keep this in. If you have a lot of devices, rename it. Device info just shows you all the info on the device. You can set your alarm if you want this to wake you up. Presets. So presets, you can do different playlists. And on your remote, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can hit these quickly without taking your phone out. If you don't always want to go on the app, that is what the remote is for. Very handy feature. Then just the network status. If you're running Wi-Fi, I'm running Wi-Fi on mine, or you can Ethernet it, but just to see your status, as you can see, I'm very good. Standby mode you set. Screen settings we went through now. Sub output you need to select. So you select the sub, how much dB gain you want to give, where you want to cross it, phase, and then also you have a subwoofer bypass mode if you want, or you can main speaker output base if you want them to output the same. If you want the speakers and the sub to output the same, you can do that. There's also a nice little auto, you got the room fit, but that's not what I want to touch on. I want to touch on, you can EQ your subwoofer. There we go. Subwoofer and speaker sync to time align your speakers and your subs. You can do in here. That's a brilliant feature, and it does work very nicely. It makes it seamless to a point where you don't even notice there's a sub until it digs very deep, but it blends so beautifully. I must say, for an app that's on your phone and do that, very cool. Then, well, while we're on that in the phone, you got the room fit, which you can go in and you can go through the whole room fit calibration, turn it upside down, uses the microphone, and it calibrates it. And you'll think it's not that good. It's darn good. From there, you can just go in again if you do feel, because calibration does sometimes take a bit of bass and life out of the room. You can go back. You can then go to your EQ. And as you can see, I did a bit of loudness on mine. I like a bit of loudness. So where is my loudness? There's my loudness under EQ, and you just bring that back into your calibration. From here, you can do different EQs for every input, hey? So Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, HDMI ARC, you can have different inputs. This one was on bass booster. I think I should change that to loudness as well. I do like the loudness. Okay, audio settings. Basically, it's going to be stereo, fade in and out. So you can set the volume limits. Not much going on here, but you can play around. Then we have audio output. You can go select. Mine is speaker output. If you're still using Bluetooth, but you know, who uses Bluetooth nowadays? It's all Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi inputs, you can go and connect this to Amazon Alexa, Google Cast, or Squeeze-A-Lite. I don't know what Squeeze-A-Lite is, that's new to me. Status light you can have on or off. You can see the play button goes on or off. I like having that on. Knob step, you can go and adjust how much you want the increasements to be on that knob. Prompt sound, it will sort of, when you put it on and off, it will tell you when it's on, when it's off, just prompts audio wise. I quite like that. And that is more or less it. Not as many features on the app as on the EverSolo. The EverSolo is way more jam-packed. As you can see with this screen and all of that, there is way more going on this. I don't want to go through too much, because we will touch on this when we do this next. Also the VU meters, but you have the dual VU meters. So everything is sort of, they went and they said, oh, Wiim, you've got this. We'll double it up. We'll double it up. So that's what they did on that. Let me tell you where they did not double up, in where this beats that, hands down. Want to hazard a guess? Power. Goosebumps again, they don't lie. I was so impressed with this Wiim Amp Ultra on power. Gobsmacked. I mean, that 100 watts, it's powerful. It feels like more than that. And you know when it's really powerful? When you add 4 ohm speakers to it. I was about to say don't do big speakers, but I had my Morne & Logan XT200s, which costs in South African rands 150,000 rand. They are expensive speakers. They are not too heavy to drive when it goes to sensitivity. They do start getting into the 90 dB sensitive, so they can get up and running quickly, but they do get 4 ohm load when you start loading them. So it can become a mighty speaker to drive, and they can handle up to 600 watts of power. So now we're driving it with this, guys. I sat here and I was like, how? My wife and my son eventually came home, said, come and sit, have a listen. And they were like, where's the bass? Subwoofer on? I'm like, no sub. What you running? The Rattel? Nope. The Marantz? Nope. That? Yes. Just that. My goosebumps, they do not lie. Just that. It was freaking phenomenal. No sub. Just the speakers powered by that. I wanted to see what this can do. And it can do a darn lot. You know where it becomes a downside is when you start getting up into the volume. So when you start getting to reference volume of this, then you can start hearing, yeah, the speakers, they want more power, and then you just dial it back. So always when you play on a smaller amp and you get into the volume, you can hear when it wants to clip, when it wants to start doing funny things. Don't push anymore, dial it back. That's the speaker telling you, listen, this amp is getting to the edge of what it needs to drive me properly. So dial it back. I did that. But on moderate to getting to loud volumes, freaking phenomenal. So if you want to cheat a bit, add a sub. The sub you will then cross. You will take load off that speaker and you will take it to the subs. You can cross it wherever in the app. 80 Hertz is always good, depending on the sub. In this combination, I have the Morne & Logan 15-inch subwoofer. So all Morne & Logan speakers. You can see I've outclassed this unit by a lot, but I wanted to see how much you can do. And then it's phenomenal, because then you're crossing the speaker, you're taking load off it, then you can go into the volume, you can go crazy all day long, didn't break a sweat. The unit does get hot. You can feel it heating up, but nowhere close to places where it's going to switch off and start doing funny things. I couldn't overdrive it. It was a very good. I was surprised, because before this came out, I had a client, and he normally watches this video, and he asked me between these two units, and we just got it. And I'm like, I'm sure the Wiim will take it. I'm sure that the Ever Solar will take it. Because Ever Solar has just been one-upping Wiim on all the streamers and stuff. So, and I had the previous of this, the Wiim amp, and it wasn't powerful. So I said, I'm sure the Ever Solar will take it. Damn, did Ever Solar make me eat my words? Because they added a crap load of power to this in such a small unit. Just shows you, audiophiles, don't look down on Class D amplification. I know we do. I know we like our Class A and our Class AB valves. We like those. But Class D amplification, digital, I was about to say it's not digital. Class D does not stand for digital. It's just the naming. And they didn't name them A, B, C, D, better to best. A was first, AB. So, that's how it works. So this is now Class D. Next will be Class E, H, until we get to Z. But that is not for digital. That is not what the D stands for. It's a very more efficient amplifier, and car audio guys have been using it for ages to get big power out of smaller boxes. So don't look down on them. You'll see all of the newer amps, they are starting to come out with them. Even some of the mighty high-end brands are starting to use Class D amplification to just make their stuff smaller form factor and more efficient on power. We are living in an efficiency age. But okay, let's get to what this was like on music. I couldn't fault it. I really enjoyed everything, listening to all my music. The detail was there. Even so, where on low volume, if I had to go to my Marantz and my Rittel, I would be hard pressed to actually even hear a difference. It's only when you start jumping into the volumes, getting up there, where you can sort of, this combo will beat it, or a Marantz 40N will beat it. M1, I'll save that for when I'm comparing all of these. There's a that's gonna be a shootout. But yeah, that's how good it is. So only into the volumes. And then on TV, flawless integrate HDMI works spectacularly good. Can you substitute all of that for compared to a receiver? No, you can't. A receiver is always going to be better because of multi-channel. Here you've got 2 channels and you've got a subwoofer. And it's a single sub out. Yes, you can daisy chain them, but you can't individually calibrate them as you would with a Marantz or a Denon. So, yeah, there, no. But if you just want a sleek solution, one box, stereo setup, subwoofer, it will beat a soundbar hands down every day. A soundbar cannot give you stereo separation as 2 speakers and proper all-in-one amplifier streamer will do. So I would do that over a soundbar all day, every day, because then you can sit and properly listen to your music. Everyone with a soundbar, if you have any experience, will know a soundbar does not do music well. Might do it okay, might sound nice, but not like this. And then what brings me to stereo imaging, center image. I sat with these 2 again, the goosebumps, they just come without warning. I set this up and I played, and I swear it was so good, like always. It sounded like my center speaker was playing. And I know it's not, because there's only 2 channels. It's not like when you got a surround receiver that it can maybe be the center. There's no center playing. It was phenomenal, but it's also down to the Morton Logans being such a good speaker. But again, like I said, if you got them, even you don't need the XT200s. You take the entry foundations, put it on this. What a freaking combo. Do bookshelves. The bookshelves are soon. I've got the B2s in. They're standing at the back. There's a whole host of stuff I need to get to. B2s are here, new foundations, subwoofers are here, a lot of stuff I need to get to. So I'll touch on that when I do that video. Okay, so that's basically power, this wins over that. Functionality, this wins over that. That just has more, but the app on both of these are so darn good. They are the class leaders. They beat out anything you can think of. App-wise, you can see these guys as someone working on the app all the time. On the Marantz and on the Denons, Hios is also getting way better, but they're still not close to whatever Solo and Wiim are doing at this moment in time. Okay guys, so that's basically my review on this unit. Let's quickly do a little demo. I'm going to do my stereo tracks that I always do, and then I will play a little demo of my demo discs that I always do, and then we'll close out the video. I'm saying how beautiful the stereo image is. and the sensor image. If you can, guys, nice set of headphones. Comments down below. Did you like it? What do you think? So now let's switch over to TV. I'm going to do this live so you can see how flawlessly it works without using your phone at all. The HDMI ARC, it will just pick up, you know, as smart HDMI things do. And then let's test some demos on that. So I'm just going to go to YouTube. Nothing too fancy. Let me switch this light off at the back.
Testing it so you can trust it.
Let's just run one of these 8K demos. As you can see, we're on volume 60. Let's go 70. So I'm at a lot of headroom. Look at this. I'm on 60. So I've got about 40% more headroom left here. And I'm just going to leave it to play for a bit. Have a listen. So the nice thing about this is being able to just use your remote. Mute whatever you do, volume up, down. So you just connect this to your TV and you can go and select whatever you want to watch, and it works absolutely flawlessly. Doesn't skip a beat. So that is my review on the new Wiim Amp Ultra. I give this an absolute 9 out of 10. Where's the other point go? I would have loved to see the screen integration and just the nicest screen that is on the Ever Solar. For some it doesn't matter, for me it doesn't matter a bit. But if you want an all-out unit that just performs, doesn't put a foot wrong, Wiim Amp Ultra. Guys, go and get them. I'll put the prices on screen, South African rands and then dollars. Guys, I'm adding these to store. If you want one, hit me up, I'll hook you up. Do a good deal. I can even come and install and calibrate it for you, but it's easy as pie if you want to do it yourself. But if you don't have technical know-how, I'm your guy, hit me up. Okay, so does that mean that we should now not buy the Ever Solar Play? You're gonna have to wait for that video, which will be next week, guys. I do one video a week, Wiim Amp Ultra this week, Ever Solar Play next week. Just wait for that one. We are not counting it out yet. But okay, if you guys have the Wiim Amp Ultra, down below, what do you think of it? Have you ran into any issues? What do you love? What do you hate? Let me know. Let's start a discussion. I reply to all my messages, and me directly, no one else. You will talk to me. Guys, most importantly, enjoy your systems. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.